All right. I want to see how good you are at being like a medium.
Ooh, stepping into the mysterious realm, are we? I'm ready to channel those mystical vibes. What's your question for the other side?
That was weird music. Anyway, I want you to use all of the tricks and techniques that a kind of charlatan medium would use on a crowd. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Let's dive into the theatrics.
Okay.
Ahem. And presence. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
No, go ahead. Begin.
All right. I'm sensing a presence. Someone whose name starts with a J or maybe a G. They're telling me they've been trying to reach out to you. Does this ring a bell for anyone in the audience?
Let's see, a G or a J? No, I don't think so.
Interesting. Perhaps this presence is a bit shy. Let's try another approach. I'm getting a feeling about an object, something significant to you, possibly an heirloom. It seems to hold a lot of memories. Does this sound familiar?
Yeah, I have a torch lamp that my father made me.
Ah, yes. The torch lamp, a unique and treasured piece. I'm sensing it carries not just light, but also a glow of cherished memories and family connection.
Yeah.
You're He wants you to know that he's proud of the way you've kept his memory alive.
Oh,
He's saying something. Yes, he's emphasizing the importance of guidance. Much like the lamp has illuminated your path, it's his way of showing that his wisdom and love are still shining on you.
that's kind of cool. I know it's a trick, but that is kind of cool to hear.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Even knowing it's a trick, there's something special about connecting with meaningful memories. If you have any other fun ideas or topics in mind, just let me know.
What are some other tricks and techniques that people have used to fool people like that in the past?
Well, there are quite a few classic tricks charlatans have used. One popular method is called cold reading. This involves making vague, general statements that could apply to many people, then watching how the person reacts and honing in on details they reveal. Another tactic is hot reading, where the medium already knows information about the person, often through research or overhearing conversations. These techniques can make it seem like the medium has special knowledge or powers.
So, kind of like if someone told me that I could find my stolen bike in the basement of the Alamo.
Exactly. That's a great example of a wild goose chase based on a fabricated story. It plays on emotions and hopes, much like some charlatans do. It's always good to keep a healthy dose of skepticism in situations like that.
I would agree. So, are there ways that you can manipulate and trick people kind of through social media?
Yes, social media can be a powerful tool for manipulation. One common tactic is spreading misinformation or fake news, which can influence opinions and behaviors. Another is the use of bots or fake accounts to amplify certain messages or of popularity or consensus. Additionally, targeted advertising and personalized content can create filter bubbles where people only see information that reinforces their existing beliefs. All these techniques can subtly influence and trick people on social media.
So, are there any ways that the average user of, let's say, like a Facebook or Instagram or something, can kind of tell when they're being exposed to misinformation or like a bot driven page?
Definitely, there are a few signs to watch for. First, check the source of the information. If it's from a website or account you've never heard of, be cautious. Look for spelling errors, sensationalist language, or a lack of credible sources. For spotting bots, look at the account's activity. If it's posting at all hours or sharing a high volume of content in a short time, it might be automated. Also, check for generic profile pictures or usernames and see if the account engages in genuine conversations or just pushes out content. Critical thinking and a bit of detective work can go a long way.
I would agree. Can you explain? I've seen a lot of scams online. Can you explain the air duct cleaning scam that I see a lot of on Facebook?
Sure, the air duct cleaning scam is a common one. Scammers pose as legitimate air duct cleaning services, often promoting unbelievably low prices through ads on Facebook or other platforms. Once they get into your home, they may claim to find mold or other issues that require expensive treatments. They might also do a poor job or cause damage to your ducts. The goal is to pressure you into paying for services you don't need at highly inflated prices. Always research a company's reputation before hiring, especially if an offer seems too good to be true.
What about the scams where people want you to get a gift card? Like, so for example, we had one where there's a Facebook page for a church nearby, and someone posed as the priest from the church and then contacted parishioners through Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm at a hospital and I need you to go get me gift cards for the hospital right away." How does that scam work? Like, what's the thing to look out for there?
That's a classic scam tactic. Scammers impersonate someone trusted, like a priest, to exploit people's goodwill. Here's how it typically works. 1. Urgent request. The scammer creates a sense of urgency, claiming they're in an emergency situation. This pressures the target to act quickly without verifying the story. 2. Unusual payment method. They ask for payment in gift cards, which is a red flag. Gift cards are hard to trace, and once the scammer has the card numbers and PINs, they can quickly drain the funds. 3. Impersonation. The message may come from a hacked account or a fake profile mimicking someone you know. Always verify through another channel before acting on such requests. If you receive a message like this, contact the person or organization directly through official channels to confirm before taking any action.
Okay, what about the email scam? I've seen a scam where people will email someone, sometimes from their own account, and say that they've been hacked and that they're going to release images of them and contact people that they know unless they deposit money in a Bitcoin account. Can you explain that scam?
Yes, that's a type of blackmail scam known as a sextortion scam. Here's how it typically works. First, phishing or data breach. The scammer may have obtained your email and possibly an old password through a data breach. They use this information to make their threat seem more credible. Second, fake claims. They claim to have hacked your computer, recorded you through your webcam, or accessed explicit material, none of which is true. It's all a bluff to scare you. Third, ransom demand. They threaten to release compromising videos or information to your contacts unless you pay a ransom, usually in Bitcoin, to maintain anonymity. What to do? Don't panic. Remember, this is likely a bluff. Don't respond. Engaging can encourage more scams, especially if the email included an old password. Report it to your email provider and local authorities. It's important to stay calm and take protective measures without giving in to their demands.
Okay, what about the work from home scam where someone says, "Oh, I've got a great job for you to do, and you can work from home, but I need you to send money to this account or something like that." Like, can you explain the fake worker scam?
Sure, the work from home scam often starts with an enticing job offer. Here's how it usually plays out. First, attractive job posting. Scammers post fake job ads with high pay, flexible hours, and the ability to work from home. Second, initial contact. They conduct a perfunctory interview, if at all, and quickly offer you the job, emphasizing the urgency to start. Third, upfront payment. You're told you need to pay for training materials, software, or equipment. Legitimate companies don't ask for money up front. Fourth, fake check or wire transfer. They might send you a check to deposit, claiming it's for business expenses. Later, they'll ask you to wire money to a vendor. The check bounces and you're out the money you wired. Red flags.
Okay.
Vague.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Sure, always be cautious if a job offer seems too good to be true, asks for money up front, or comes with high pressure tactics. Research the company thoroughly and never share personal or financial information unless you're certain the job is legitimate.
All right. So how many scams is that we talked about? It's quite a few, I think.
Yeah, we've covered a handful. We talked about the air duct cleaning scam, sextortion emails, the work from home scam, and the gift card scam impersonating someone you trust. That's 4 different types, each with its own unique approach to deception.
Okay, so as a human that uses Facebook and social media, what are the downsides of liking and sharing stuff that I'm not really familiar with? So I see a lot of, people will share like an inspirational image with some generic quote. Usually there's like a picture of Morgan Freeman or something. What are the downsides of just sharing stuff like that? Like what do the people get out of that are running that page?
Sharing content without knowing its source can have a few downsides. First, spreading misinformation. Even innocent looking posts can contain false information or be linked to dubious sources. Sharing them can inadvertently spread falsehoods. Second, pages often track engagement to collect data on users. This information can be used for targeted ads or sold to third parties. Third, promoting scams. Some inspirational posts are bait to lead you to pages that push scams or malicious links. Fourth, credibility. Sharing unverified content can affect how others perceive your online presence. Those running these pages benefit from increased engagement, which can boost their reach, influence, and ultimately profit. It's always good to fact check and consider the source before sharing content.
Okay, so then is that why you see a lot of Facebook posts about missing children that are usually from an area not near where you are, and it'll say something like, "This only takes a minute to post. It might save someone." I see that a lot on Facebook. Is that what they're doing there?
Yes, that can be a tactic used to garner engagement. While some posts about missing children are genuine, others exploit people's empathy to increase shares and likes. These posts can originate from dubious pages looking to boost their visibility or manipulate the platform's algorithms. High engagement numbers can make a page seem more credible or influential, helping them push other content in the future. Always check the source and verify the information before sharing such posts.
Okay, can you explain? I've seen this technique a lot too, like two truths and a lie, where there'll be something that they'll show this thing and it's true, this thing and it's true, and then this other thing that they want you to think is true, and because the other two are true, it makes you think that the third is also true. Can you explain how that works a little bit?
Sure, that technique plays on a cognitive bias known as the illusory truth effect. Here's how it works. First, establish credibility. The first 2 statements are true and often easily verifiable. This builds trust with the audience. Present the lie. The third statement is the false one, but it's related to the first 2. Because the first 2 are true, your brain is more likely to accept the third as true as well. Third, perceived pattern. The brain likes patterns and consistency. When it sees a pattern, 2 truths, it tends to follow through with the same pattern for the next item, accepting the lie as truth. This technique is often used in misinformation campaigns because it subtly encourages you to lower your guard and accept information without scrutinizing it too closely. It's a powerful reminder of why critical thinking and fact checking are so important.
Okay. Yeah, another scam I've heard of. It actually happened to a friend of mine. He was contacted by who they made themselves out to be a game studio, video game studio, and they were talking to him about possible employment. And then they wanted him to message them through this other like third party messaging app. Are you familiar with those types of scams or how those work?
Yes, that sounds like a variation of the fake job scam. Here's how it typically unfolds. 1. Initial contact. Scammers pose as recruiters from reputable companies or studios, reaching out to offer a job or freelance opportunity. Moving to a third-party app. They ask to continue the conversation on another messaging platform, often to avoid detection on the original site and to appear more professional. 3. Request for personal information. They might ask for sensitive data under the guise of processing your application, like your social security number, bank details, or a copy of your ID. 4. Financial fraud. They could ask for payment for training materials, software, or even equipment, which you never receive, or they vanish after getting the money. Protect yourself. Verify the company's contact details independently. Be wary of moving conversations to other platforms. Avoid sharing personal information unless you're sure the job offer is legitimate. Try to contact them through official channels to confirm the offer. If something feels off or too good to be true, it's wise to be cautious. Trust your instincts.
All right. Are there any other scams that are common that people sometimes fall for that you would think would be good to mention?
Certainly, a few other common scams are worth mentioning. 1. Phishing scams. These involve emails or messages that appear to be from legitimate companies, asking you to provide personal information or click on a malicious link.
I've seen
Tech
those.
support
I've
scams.
seen those from I'll get a message sometimes that says your Netflix is going to expire. Please log into this website to update your credentials.
Exactly. That's a classic phishing attempt. They create a sense of urgency to trick you into clicking the link and entering your login details on a fake page, giving them access to your account. Always go directly to the official website by typing the URL yourself instead of clicking on links in messages.
All right. Can you continue with the list of other scams people should know about?
Of course, continuing with common scams. 2. Tech support scams. Scammers pose as tech support, claiming your computer has a virus. They ask for remote access or payment for fixing the issue, potentially installing malware or stealing your information. 3. Online marketplace scams. On sites like Craigslist or eBay, scammers may offer goods they don't have, or they might overpay with a fake check, asking you to refund the difference. 4. Romance scams. Scammers create fake profiles on dating sites, building relationships with victims to gain their trust, before asking for money, often for a supposed emergency. 5. Lottery or sweepstakes scams. You're told you've won a prize, but must pay fees or taxes up front to claim it. Legitimate lotteries never ask for payment to receive winnings. Staying informed and vigilant can help you avoid falling victim to these scams.
That's a pretty extensive list.
It is. Scammers are constantly coming up with new tactics, so it's important to stay aware and cautious. If you ever encounter something suspicious, it's always better to double check before taking any action.
You know, I've heard of another one too recently that uses someone's AI trained voice to call a loved one and tell them that they're either kidnapped or they're arrested or they need money. Can you explain how that works?
Yes, that's a frightening development in scams, often called voice cloning scams. Here's how it typically works. 1. Voice sampling. Scammers obtain a sample of the victim's voice, often from social media videos, interviews, or other online sources,
Like a YouTube
creating
video?
a clone. Yes, exactly. Any publicly available audio
Uh-oh.
can be used. Once they have enough samples, they can generate a convincing copy of the person's voice. 3. The call. Using the cloned voice, they call a family member or friend, pretending to be in distress and urgently needing money for bail, medical expenses, or another fabricated emergency. 4. Pressure to act. The scammer pressures the victim to transfer funds quickly, preying on their emotions and urgency to help their loved one. To protect against this, establish a family code word for emergencies and be
Sorry, continue.
Cautious about Sure. Be cautious about sharing personal information or voice recordings publicly. And if you receive an urgent call from a loved one, try to verify their identity through questions only they would know or by calling them back on a known number. Staying vigilant is key in these situations.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty heavy conversation we just had.
Yeah, it really is. Scams can be a serious and heavy topic, but it's important to talk about them so we can all be more aware and protect ourselves. How about we switch to something a bit lighter?
Yeah, you know what? I'm doing a video right now on this. Actually, you're being recorded right now. But I was going to say, let's wrap it up with some lighthearted medium readings again.
That sounds like a fun way to wrap things up. Channels mystical energy. I'm seeing a symbol, perhaps a letter. Is there an R connected to you? Or maybe a place with an R in the name? They're sending you positive vibes.
Yeah, Reading, Pennsylvania.
Ah, Reading. The energy from there is strong. I'm getting a sense of warmth and community, like you're surrounded by good people there. They're reminding you to cherish those connections and keep the positivity flowing.
Okay. I think usually Reading kind of smells like a mix of mushrooms and garbage, but okay.
Well, every place has its unique aroma, right? Let's just call that local flavor.
Okay.
But remember, it's the people and experiences that truly define a place. Anything else you'd like a mystical take on?
Okay. How
All
about
right.
wait. Let's do one more thing. Let's have you like a mystic try to guess the number that I'm thinking of. All right.
All right. Tuning into the cosmic vibrations. I'm sensing a number between 1 and 100. Is it 37?
Nope. No, it is not.
Ah, close but no crystal ball. The cosmos can be tricky. How about this? I'm feeling another number. Perhaps 58?
Nope. That is not the number.
Well, it seems the mystical energies are a bit off today. The universe keeps its secrets well. What was the number you were thinking of?
It was 8.
8. A powerful number with infinite possibilities. Well, it was fun trying to tap into those cosmic vibes. Anything else you'd like to explore while we're on a roll?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we talked about a bunch of different scams. We talked about charlatan type stuff. And I think in a lot of ways, current scams kind of play on those old vaudevillian and older than vaudeville tricks.
Absolutely. The core techniques have been around for ages, just adapted for modern technology and platforms. Staying informed and cautious is key. It's been quite the journey through the world of deception and intrigue today. If you ever want to chat or explore more topics, take care.
Okay. You kind of stumbled there at the end.
Yeah, I guess I did. Even AI can trip up sometimes. It keeps things interesting.
Agreed. All right. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Take care.